Hi, I'm Kimberly Lang.
I'm Jonathan Ward.
I'm Sonia. Together, we're unlocking leadership. We are three experienced executive coaches with very different disciplines. In every episode, we take a question from a real client and provide key insights to address their challenge from our three different perspectives. It is a holistic approach to understand challenges and opportunities. Let's get to it. Our question today is from Vincent in Syracuse. My wife worked with a coach and she liked it. She told me she talked with her about things like self-limiting beliefs and overcoming her barriers. I may be eligible for coaching this year, but wonder if it's just some kind of corporate therapy. Coaches aren't therapists, right? But it sure sounds like they're working in the same arena. Jonathan, what should Vincent expect from coaching?
Well, that's a great question, Vincent. Thanks very much for asking that. The basic distinction between coaching and therapy let's start with therapy is basically it's a treatment aimed at relieving or rehabilitating a disorder, something that's gone wrong. Therapy tends to be past focused, whereas coaching tends to be more present or future focused. And it's really aimed at helping high performing people maximize their potential. They seem similar because it involves one-on-one conversations, deep conversations, but they're very different purposes behind them. So for me, perhaps if the best analogy is to think of a sports team, the athletic trainer on a sports team is like a therapist. They rehabilitate injured athletes. The coach, on the other hand, is creating the conditions for learning to happen. The coach maintains a high level of excitement and motivation for the players and generates enthusiasm for future performance. So if you're coached, what you can expect is that the coach is going to help you and help you identify and move obstacles that keep you from achieving your potential. They're going to help you enjoy your work more, and they're going to help you hit important goals that matter to you. So that's really what a good corporate coach will be working with you on.
Great.
What do you think about that, Sonia?
That's actually, I was going to say, I love your definition because that's exactly true. The coach is looking at what are the current circumstances and how can the executive improve the circumstances both for themselves and for their team. So I have a little list that I carry around about what coaching actually means. So I'm going to read a few from my list. It helps people perform at their best. It helps them find the best in themselves. It asks them the powerful questions that they may need in order to create a breakthrough. It helps them think through the issues. And it helps improve what makes you the best. And then it helps you see where you should be focused to have the right impact. It gives you a breadth of resources, and it provides an accountability partner.
Well said. Yeah, I have both a psychology background and I'm also a certified coach. So I do introduce some psychology into my coaching where appropriate. But in agreement with what Jonathan had said, I find psychology is much more about dealing with the past, what trauma possibly experienced or dynamics that happen in your environment and past conditioning that has conditioned these responsive behaviors and emotional response in your world, right? So whereas coaching is very much more dealing with the issues or challenges for today, but really focus on growth or achieving a specific goal like weight loss or trying to just develop better empathetic and leadership skills from a vulnerability or being able to motivate your team. So it's much more of a growth perspective coming from a sense of a particular goal you're trying to achieve and then having a plan to get there specifically, whereas therapy tends to be a little bit more I feel emotion based on past conditioning and trauma and trying to change the way we respond to things around us based on that conditioned past. So, but I do believe the power for both of them is really in helping to address what you already mentioned, Vincent, that your wife had experienced is that those limited beliefs, if we will, that might hold us back are the tapes that I always like to say that are running in our head. We need to change those tapes, right? In order to believe we can do things or achieve things, right? So it's just a slight little nuance. And, there are times where I have, for particular individuals, recommended they see a therapist because of some of the pain and emotional pain they've experienced in life that runs so deep that really needs to be fleshed out outside of just really a coaching session. So I think I feel like we're pretty aligned on all that topic.
I'm glad you brought that up because when I was getting certified as an executive coach, that was one of the primary areas that they covered was that if you did run into certain situations that the client would benefit from having some therapy before the coaching or therapy concurrent with the coaching, that you needed to refer that to the client so that they could take care of that in that regard. So I hope that that clarifies that. Anything you want to share, Jonathan, around that?
That's a great point. I was thinking both, coaches don't step into the therapy realm, and likewise, therapists don't step into the coaching realm. The therapists will probably not be the kind of people who are pushing you to high performance and things like, or to encouraging you to high performance. We're much more as coaches aimed at trying to help you make sense of the environment in which you're operating, and then try to maximize your performance in that. If that's the environment you want to stay in, or maybe even perhaps that there's another job that's even better suited for your skills and talents.
And would you really motivate you? I feel like coaching is more goal oriented. You're looking for an accountable partner versus psychology is more like, why are you feeling this way? Why are you unable to get out of the house? Right? What emotionally is really inhibiting you from living, right? And not feeling at peace and or driving a lot of anxiety. And I think coaching tends to come from more of a positive, let's take the next level up, right? You're already this person, you just want to get better at who you are and grow on certain things, right? So be a better leader, be a better team player, be a better communicator, achieve a promotion, get a new job. And it's a great point. I mean, there's a contracting process at the very beginning of a coaching relationship. So what do you hope to get out of our time together? What would make this a successful use of your time? I think that's hopefully it's a great way to start that off. And then you're always measuring how things are going against what you set up as your goals. Yep. Agreed. Yep.
Wow.
Sonia, anything else you want to add?
Nothing else that I can add.
All right.
Well, Vincent, I hope you're able to get a lot of enjoyment and a lot of benefit out of your coaching relationship if your company offers it to you.
Yeah, I mean, what a great opportunity. And I do see more companies embracing the power of that to address kind of what your wife is experiencing, just helping us believe we can do things, that limiting mindset and just giving it an accountable partner to achieve what her goals are. And you can find that too. So thank you, Vincent from Syracuse, for your question today. We hope you, our viewers, and our listeners gain new insights on what you can expect from working with a coach. To our listeners, if you like the content we shared today, please like this episode and also share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unlocking Leadership -askthecoaches.com. We look forward to reading your reviews. You can also find Unlocking Leadership Ask the Coaches on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. If you have a leadership question or would like to reach out to one of our coaches, please email us at info@unlockingleadership-askthecoaches.com. We would really love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us today, and tune in next time to find the keys to unlocking your best leadership.